Okay, hey guys, I am just going to record this video in my truck because it's like super rainy outside, really windy, and Huntley is sleeping. So I'm so sorry that I'm not going to be able to get on a Zoom and see your beautiful faces, but I did want to at least show up for you guys and let you know that I am here and I am ready to pour into you. So one of the main things that I saw that you guys need some help with, or that you guys are wanting some help with, is motivation. And I want to talk about that for a second, because motivation is something that I actually can't help you with, which sounds kind of silly and kind of rude, right? But I'm not trying to be rude. It's just the truth. So motivation stems from something inside you. Motivation is not a feeling or a it's not anything that it's going to like come and go. Motivation is up to you. You have to decide where your motivation comes from. So I'll share with you what my motivation is. My motivation when I first joined was that I had $10,000 in credit card debt. So you better believe I was like, that is my motivation. I have to pay off this debt. There is no way that I can pay it off any other way. I've been trying to pay it off for years. So there's no way that I'm going to do anything different other than I have to pay this off and I have to make this work. So my motivation was money driven in the beginning. Then I started developing a team, and I started seeing that girls needed to pay off their debt, and that they wanted to come home to their babies, and that, and that they had these goals and dreams just like I did from before. So, I started seeing like, okay, I can help them with their goals, and that's my motivation. I've done my goals. So now I want to help them with their goals. And so having people come to me and thank me for believing in them and thank me for giving them this opportunity, really motivated me to keep going with this, because I loved that I was able to change other people's lives like I was changing my own. Now, fast forward a little bit more, when I found out I was pregnant, and you guys get the point, like, as your life starts to shift, your motivation changes, right? Or your why changes. And so, Carrie Young, who's an Ambassador Diamond, always says, and this is gonna like cut to the core, okay? Because this is kind of crazy, and I remember the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't even want to talk about that. Like, let's just not even go there. But I'm gonna bring it up for you guys so you understand. So she always says that if somebody were to kidnap your kids, okay, and some of you might not be moms, so this analogy might not work, but just hear me out. Maybe if you have nieces or nephews or best friends with kids, you'll understand. So if somebody were to kidnap your children and say, until you go Ruby, you will not get them back. You will never see your kids again. Until you go Ruby, or until you go Diamond, or until you make $5,000 a month, or whatever your goal is, whatever you need, until you can come home to your babies, you will not see your children. Now, what would you do? You would 100% make your goal. You would do anything in this world to make your goal. Am I right? You would never look at your kids and be like, oh, mommy couldn't work. Mommy just couldn't do it. She couldn't bring you back to me, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, and this might seem a little bit harsh, but I want you guys to understand something. Motivation isn't something that I can just speak into you guys and all of a sudden you'll just have this motivation. Instead, it needs to come from you. So you need to start writing some stuff down. You need to start searching. What in the world did you start this business for? Why did you start this business? And if it doesn't make you cry, it's not strong enough. My why is the fact that we're able to travel this country 100% debt-free. And Brian and I are home with our baby girl 24/7. We get to see her walk. We get to see her talk. We get to see her do every single little thing. And you better believe that if that was taken from me, I would bawl my eyes out. Right? So if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not strong enough. You have to be willing to sit down and really get real with yourself, get uncomfortable, get scared, get raw, get real, and really find out what in the world makes you want to be successful. Why did you start this business? So that is where your motivation has to stem from. The second thing is perseverance and rejection that I want to talk about. So, rejection is something that you're going to face every single day, no matter if you do this business or if you don't do this business. You're going to experience rejection from friends, peers, bosses, coworkers, and you're just going to, period. Whether or not you know that you're experiencing rejection is the key thing, right? So like, you know, whether or not you vaccinate your kids, or whether or not you homeschool your kids, or whether or not you breastfeed or don't, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, people are always going to have a reason to not agree with you, or, you know, whether, you know, what your religion is, who you vote for, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many things. And so there's always going to be negativity, and there's always going to be rejection in everything that you do. But in this profession, you're going to experience rejection on a daily basis. Now, that being said, I want you guys to really, really decide and go through your messages. How much rejection are you really getting? Because for the longest time, my mindset wasn't developed to where it needed to be. And so for me, I would be like, man, all I'm getting is no's. All I'm getting is no's. All I'm getting is no's. When in reality, when I went back and counted, I would have like 15, sure, what is it? And then I would have like 2, no, I'm not interested, this is a scam. But those 2, no, I'm not interested, this is a scam, weighed on me heavier than 15, yeah, sure, what is it? Do you know what I'm saying? Because so many people will only focus on the negative. That's our intuition. That's us being like, ooh, yikes, somebody said no, I don't know, I can't do it. I'm just like terrified. I don't know, I can't do this anymore because I'm experiencing too much rejection. When in reality, you're not experiencing more rejection than you are yeses, but it's the rejection that hits you hard, right? It hits you harder. So also, rejection is just a part of sales. And I know that sucks, but it's the truth. So we get rejected all day long. No thanks, maybe on payday. No thanks, not right now, but I'm really interested, maybe next time. I'm so interested, but I can't afford it. Or, you know, I'm just kind of scared, or I don't know, I need some more time to think about it. All of that in your mind is rejection. It's not rejection. It's just a no, not right now. And I don't mean that. I used to hate when people said that, because it's like, oh, it's so easy for you to say, Rochelle, like, no, not right now. They're eventually going to join you. But here's the thing. When you develop your mindset and you continue to pour into yourself with personal development, what happens is you now look at those no's as no, not right now. I know for a fact I have at least 10 to 15 people tell me no today. But what's crazy is I know that they will eventually either buy my products or join my team. Because I know that all of you that are watching this said no to your enroller at least once or twice before you joined. It's just human nature. You're scared, you're nervous, you don't know. So it's just normal for people to just say no. It's normal. Or for them to be scared, or for them to not know what this is, or for them to be nervous about it. That's a normal thing. So you, yourself, only you can change that. Only you can change that and decide like, okay, I need to look at this differently, because she's a little bit nervous about these products maybe not working. So I'm going to show her some results of my customers that have worked. Or I'm going to show her some results of my teammates that I know have worked. Or I'm going to give her the product information, and I'm going to give her everything that I can give her to make sure that she can make a right decision. Instead of backing away immediately because you're like, oh, she said no, I won't push. And here's the thing, the difference between being pushy and being educational is very different. I'm not saying to be like, what? You can't say no to me. Listen, these products are amazing. You have to get them. That's pushy. That's like, bye, I don't want to deal with you, right? But oh my gosh, I completely understand. Let me give you some examples of what this has done for my customers and for my family. I want you to see this really fast. Can I show you some more options? You're helping them. 100% you're helping them. You're showing them exactly what they need in order to feel trusting of you. Also, I do my coffee stories every single morning, and this morning I actually did a giveaway where I asked people if they wanted an additional giveaway to let me know why they liked following me. I had over, and I am not exaggerating, I had over 100 people tell me that they followed me every single day because they loved watching my coffee stories every single morning. They loved watching my coffee stories. They thought I was inspirational. They loved my voice, as in like what I'm about, what I say, my vibe. And they absolutely loved that how I run my business, right? So what's crazy is most of them have not bought any products from me, right? So that's insane, because now I'm already talking to these people. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Like, thank you for reaching out to me. Like, I'm so glad. And also I'm entering into this giveaway, but now I'm creating new relationships with people who genuinely love to follow me. And I didn't even know that they love to follow me. So my point is, like, if you guys are like, yeah, well, I'm not you, Rochelle. Yeah, well, I'm not you. Well, get uncomfortable, you guys. Get uncomfortable, because you're never going to be where you want to be if you stay being where you're at right now. If you stay being comfortable, if you stay being in that warm little cozy bubble that you're in right now, you're never going to get to where you want to be. You have to get uncomfortable. You have to start doing the things that you see the successful people doing. I didn't wake up one day and like become successful. I decided that I saw so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so working their butts off and doing what they needed to do to get to where they wanted to be. I saw top leaders doing what they wanted to do, or doing what they were doing. And I said, I need to do that too. As a distributor, you guys, I'm not talking about as a double or a triple. I'm talking about as a distributor. I looked around and said, that's where I want to be. So I'm going to do what she's doing. I don't care how uncomfortable it is. I want to do what she's doing, because she is where I want to be, and she's absolutely no different than I am. And that is what you have to decide is, are you going to let your mind and your self-esteem hold you back from what you're deserving of? Because it's your mind. It's 100% your mind, you guys, which brings me to my next point. Being a leader and bringing and doing self-development. You cannot become a leader without doing self-development every single day, or personal development, whatever you want to call it. And if you don't know what personal development is, you got another thing coming, guys, because we talk about it in the team page like no other. And we are always preaching it to our team that self-development needs to be the number one thing that you're doing on your list of things to do. So like, if I can't message one day, and maybe I can't even get up a post one day, and maybe I just had the crappiest day in the world, you better believe that the one thing that I have done is listen to an Audible book or read a book. Like, read an actual physical copy. Not an entire book in one day. I have done that before, but my point is, like, you need to be taking time for yourself, because if your cup is not full, if you guys are lacking motivation, what you're missing is your cup being full, right? So if you're like, I don't know, I don't have anything to talk about, or I don't have anything, I don't know how to sell to people. People probably don't want these products. They probably don't want to buy them from me. That's all something that you can change. It's 100% all in your court. There's nothing that I can do for you. There's nothing that your leader can do for you. You have to be willing to make the decision of, I am going to take control of my life, and I'm going to start filling it with positivity. And I'm going to start speaking life into myself, because my kids and myself and my husband deserve it. Or whatever it may be, whoever, if you don't have any kids, maybe it's just you. You deserve it. You're worthy of this. You guys, I can't even tell you what we've been able to do, for our families. Like, so I'm able to put, not only did we pay off all of our debt, but Brian is now home. I told you guys, Brian is now home. We're traveling the country. He never has to work. We're traveling the country with our 1-year-old. Not only that, but I put money in my dad's retirement every single month. And not only that, but I also just promoted Brian's mom to Double Diamond. Tomorrow she will be promoting to Double Diamond, and that is going straight into her retirement fund. So like, every single month, we are able to do things that I never, ever believed that we were able to do, or never even dreamed of doing. As a distributor, I wasn't sitting there like, oh, I'm going to contribute to my dad's retirement someday. Like, I was just trying to pay off my credit card. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your why is going to evolve, but you guys need to start dreaming bigger, and you need to start seeing that your family is worth it, and that you are worth it. And if you can't do personal development, you'll never see your worth. Do you know what I mean? So you guys have to be willing to do that. So, I'm actually surprised. I think the storm might have missed us. Like, there was like pitch black clouds behind me over there, and there's not anymore. So I'm wondering if it like missed us. So I probably could have done the Zoom. Sorry guys. But anyways, so becoming a leader. If you have one person on your team, you're a leader. If you have, let me say that again, if you have one person on your team, you are a leader and you need to step up and start leading that person. Even if that person isn't working, this is what I want you to ask yourself. If that person's not working, what are you doing every single day? Are you working every single day? Are you showing up every single day? Are you, sorry, somebody's driving like really slow next to our camp and it like distracted me. Anyways, okay, when I lay my head down at night, every single night I ask myself, if every single person on my team did exactly what I did today, would I be satisfied? In reality, you guys, this is not to toot my own horn. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If every single person on my team did what I did every single day, I would be a millionaire every 10 times over. That's not being mean, and that's not like being crazy, and that's like I'm tooting my own horn right now, because you know why? Because I'm sitting in the cab of Brian's truck right now, pouring into you guys because I couldn't get on a Zoom on the last, or the day before the last day of the month, when I'm also pushing for a promotion for Brian's mom, to pour into you guys. Do you see what I'm saying? I make sacrifices for my team, and I show up for my team, and I make sure that they know that I will never ask them to do anything that I'm not willing to do. So are you showing up for your team? Did that person quit because they don't see you being consistent? Did that person quit because they don't see you posting every single day? Did that person quit because they don't know how to be motivated because you're not teaching them how to be motivated? You're not showing them that you're motivated yourself? So this all comes down to you. This all comes down to you. I can pour into you all day long, but if you're not ready to decide that this is for you and that you are going to go all in and you have to find your own motivation every single day, like I said in the beginning, you guys, it's not a feeling. It's something that you have to create. It's not like happiness, okay? Happiness is a feeling, right? So, you don't wake up in the morning and just be like all happy-go-lucky, right? You have to decide, this is going to be a good day. We're going to go do this. We're going to do this. Like you don't just wake up happy, right? You have to create that. You have to manifest that. You have to decide, like, I'm going to make this a good day, because maybe your car didn't start, or maybe it's pouring down rain, or maybe you have to go to work and you're not in a happy mood, but you don't want to be negative all day. So you decide to be happy. It's the same thing with motivation. Although I just said it's not a feeling. So I think I'm like butchering what I'm saying, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. You have to decide. You have to every single day make a habit of showing up. That's where the motivation comes in. You need to stay close to the fire. You need to stay close to your team. You need to stay close to the ones who are working. In this chat that I have with all of you guys, you need to be close to that. You need to be reaching out to people that are your sidelines and talking to them and getting accountability partners and really trying to find the people who want to do this with you. It doesn't matter if you don't have a working team. You are your team. You decide. And then you're going to attract people. Then you're going to attract the people that you want. You're going to start attracting the people that are like-minded. That is why I am so successful now. It is not because all of a sudden I just got really good at this. It's because I poured into myself, personal development for 3 years, you guys. And all of a sudden this year we blew up because I started attracting like-minded people like yourselves on this video, or wherever you're watching this. My point is, you have to decide. You have to find what motivates you and show up for it every single day. What motivates you to get to work every single day? Probably the paycheck that they're going to cut at the end of the month, right? Or whenever they cut the checks, every 2 weeks, every week, whatever it is. Is that your motivation for getting out of bed and going to work? You have to put food on the table. You have to get that paycheck, right? So if that's your motivation for getting up and going to a job that you hate, then if you absolutely love these products, then your motivation better be to find other people that love these products too and help them live a healthier lifestyle and help them pay off debt and help them do more things. Because when you start this business for yourself, but you're not in it by yourself, okay? So you always have to be looking at who can you help. Zig Ziglar, I believe it was, is like one of the first personal development books that I listened to, and I can't remember the name of it right this second, but Zig Ziglar said that if you help enough people get what they want, you will eventually get what you want. Isn't that the truth? It's not about you. It starts with you and changing yourself and your mind and making sure that you become motivated. You find what is going to make you motivated, and you plaster it all over your house. Literally, if you want to get to Ruby, you write Ruby on every single mirror with a dry erase marker. Or if you need $500 a month, you write $500 a month everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere that you're going to see it. Make sure, you guys, till this day, I still have where like the amount of money that I want to make is right next to my toilet paper holder in the trailer. No joke. Like when I am going pee every single morning, or whenever I'm looking at it, when I grab that toilet paper roll, I see that number that I want per month every single day. Isn't that silly? But it's the truth. And it's on my mirror. It's on my phone. It's on my background. I feed my mind what I want. And I make sure that I'm manifesting that. And I pray every single day that everybody on this team knows their worth and knows that they are worthy of this business. So this is going to be kind of a kick in the butt for you guys. You guys might be like, eek, I did not know Rochelle was going to just like drop some truth bombs on me. But honestly, you guys, I want you to understand what you have your hands on. Because I was in your shoes. I was exactly where you were at. I am no different than you. Absolutely no different than you. I had my best friend yesterday be like, Rochelle, you're like a celebrity now. And I'm like, no, like get out of here with that. I'm not even going to entertain that idea. But here's the thing. The reason why I am telling you guys this is because I used to look at VIPs in this company and think to myself, oh my gosh, they're amazing. Like they're just like unicorns. Like I just want to like get their autograph and like take a picture with them and blah, blah, blah. And then I got to VIP and I was like, these girls are exactly like me. Like they're the same person. Like we're all the same people. We just had a dream and we just decided to go for it. And we just decided that our excuses didn't matter and that our whys were bigger than anything else in this world. And we just went for it. And we started attracting those people, and we all do self-development, you guys. And this is the craziest thing is if you're listening to a bunch of people and all you're ever hearing is personal development, personal development, personal development, don't you think it's time to start doing it? Do you know what I'm saying? So I was the one that was like, I just don't really like reading though. Like I don't like to read, so I'm probably just, I'll be fine. I don't need it. And then I sat at executive for 10 months. When I started doing self-development, I went diamond within 45 days. Put that in perspective. I sat at executive for 10 months without doing any self-development. I got myself to conference. I started listening to my first Audible book. It was You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I started listening to it on my way to work and from home every single day, and I went diamond in 45 days. The only thing that I did differently was personal development. So I want you guys to ask yourself, are you doing everything that you're supposed to be doing every single day? And if you're not motivated to do it, then you need to find the motivation. That starts with you. The last thing I wanted to touch on is someone said lots of people were dogging on It Works on your social media. So I have spent the last 3 years, if I see anything negative, I just immediately block them. That's not true. When I first started, I would actually get into arguments about it because you know why? I was arrogant. I was a child, I was immature. I wasn't developing my mind. I wasn't listening to personal development. Now when I see now when I see people like dogging what I do for a living, I'm just like, oh, I'm going to pray for them, and I block them. Because it's not, it doesn't fuel anything for me. It doesn't do anything but make me sad. So why would I have that on my feed? Also, if I see somebody posting something negative or profanity or, swearing or doing whatever, I'm going to delete them because I don't want that on my page. So you guys have to decide. When you say there's a lot of people dogging on It Works, I maybe come across one once a month. No joke. So for me, and I have a lot of friends on Facebook. So how many are you really seeing? Because like I said, with the negative, the negative responses and the no's, we tend to focus only on that. So you might be scrolling and like somebody's like, okay, there's the picture of her puppy, and then a picture of, you know, somebody's daughter, and then a picture of their family, and then so-and-so is talking about negative about It Works, and then a picture of somebody's family, and then a selfie, and then you've only seen one thing negative about It Works, but all of a sudden your brain is telling you that so many people on your feed are talking negative about It Works. Do you know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're not getting caught up in that. Simply unfriend and move on. Don't comment, don't make a big deal about it. Here's the thing, and the reality of this is that there are a lot of uneducated people out there about MLM and network marketing. And it's sad, but it is just, it is what it is. Okay. So we can change the world one person at a time. We really can, but we can't sit there and get into like fights over Facebook on who's right or who's wrong, because the reality is maybe someday somebody that's really close to them is going to take that leap and they're going to be willing to listen. But I'm willing to bet you that it's not you who's going to change their mind if they're that gung-ho on hating everything about It Works. Now, if I come across somebody who's like, tried it, didn't work for me, like, and I'm talking to them in a private message and they're like, tried it, didn't work for me, you know, blah, 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 then I'm going to get a little bit deeper. I'm going to be like, okay, what products did you try? And what were you using them for? Because if they're like, I was trying to lose 30 pounds and they had me on the wraps, I'm like, okay, well, this is why, because wraps aren't for weight loss. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about being educated and educating them in a nice way and letting them know that genuinely, I want her to know that that is not the way to lose 30 pounds, because our products, our wraps are not made to lose weight, right? So I am going to educate her that the person who sold those to her did not have her best interest at heart. But we do have some weight loss products. And then if you're looking to tighten, tone, and firm, the wraps would definitely be the product for you. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? It all comes down to confidence. Confidence in yourself, confidence in the products, confidence in this business. And let me tell you something, this business is the best one to be in. We have the best comp plan. We have the best CEO. We have the most incredible people in corporate backing us, you guys. So make sure that if you're in this, you're in this. Don't just put one little toe in. Put the whole, jump all in, cannonball forward, and decide that this is going to be for you and your family from here on out. You've already paid the money. You've already joined. You've already been in here, and you're in this chat asking me for all of these things. And I hope that this was a good wake-up call for you guys to understand that all it takes is it starts with you to decide what your motivation is going to be, what your why is going to be. And then you have to put massive action behind it. Okay? The great part about this business is that it pays you for your efforts, not for your time. Okay, so in the beginning, you're going to spend a lot of time, and it's going to seem like you're not making that much pay, right? But if you go to a regular job, you're going to start out working and they're just going to pay you hourly, right? But that's never going to change. It's always going to be the same. Little raises here and there, but you're never going to see a huge jump. With this business, you put in time now. And then when you get to a point where after you've put in massive action, you get to a point where you can be like myself and travel the country and put in the work that needs to be done, income producing activities, and you're getting paid more. We're getting paid more in a month than we used to make in 6 months combined. In 1 month, you guys. For what I do every single day, it is not a full 8 hours worth of work, let me tell you. Now, am I working all the time? Yes. As far as like, I am communicating with my team, my phone is always on, I am always here for my team. But that being said, I am not going to a job away from my family. We're traveling the country, for goodness sake. Like, I created this freedom for myself, and you can do the same. Like I said, I'm no different than you. It just comes down to what you're willing to do and how uncomfortable you're willing to get. Because that's what it's going to take, is you getting uncomfortable. So I hope this helped you guys a little bit. I know I didn't talk a ton about leadership, but that was the main questions that I was getting. So maybe we can do another Zoom for leadership when I'm not expecting a storm. But again, I don't know. They're pretty black over there now too. So I just wanted to hop on and do this for you guys. And you know I love every single one of you. And I hope this was the kick in the pants that you need. We have 1 day left this month. And I hope that you guys are pushing. And I hope that if you haven't been pushing, that this video inspires you to start pushing and to start knowing that you are worthy of this. And make sure you guys are doing some personal development. You can search self-development in the team page, and every book I've ever read in my Audible is on there. So that's where you can get ideas from that. The main thing is to not make excuses. The main thing is to be like, yeah, but I don't have as much time as you. Or yeah, but I just don't really know where to start, so I'm probably just not going to start. Like, those are just excuses. Those are things that are just going to hinder you and hold you back in life in all things. So make sure that you guys take massive action tonight and decide that you're worth it. I love you guys. Bye.